first.
Ah, okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Losers Round 1, BDButt versus Violin. I'm Rose Carroll, and we are getting ready to start this. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
I would love to. Hi there, everybody. My name is KH2Rando. So Rose and I are going to be commentating for you. We got Zach doing all the work behind the scenes, so thank you, Zach. It is definitely a lot going forward. So welcome, everybody. I agree, Spicy Toucan. Hoping for a longer one after last night. Last night was a super quick seed. We had some technical issues, and somebody still finished in an hour. So, I'd love to see a couple of datas, or even, it doesn't have to be a data, just a super boss. I always love to see that.
Just finish a world,
Right? Well,
like finish a second visit. That would be cool.
well, I will imagine that we're gonna see the second visit of LOD with that 41.
Unless someone decides to Sean you skip and everything is in Throne Room.
Close enough.
But yeah, that's close enough.
You know?
I'd love to see maybe a Data Zigbar or a Storm Rider. That would be pretty pog.
Yeah. The Storm Rider fight has always been one of my favorites, even just from a casual standpoint. It's such a great spectacle of a fight. So it is one that I love to see.
It's a very fun fight, especially when you don't know what you're doing, because you're usually on the ground trying to figure out how the wind works. I remember that from my casual playthroughs. Ah, young Rose. So it looks like BDButt's timer started.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, I don't think that his timer should have started.
Message him. Oh, Zach's got it.
We already got it covered.
See, like I said, Zach's on it. We're just here for entertainment. Zach does all the real work.
You mean you're here for entertainment, because you are definitely more entertaining than me.
Oh, I thought you meant that I was here for entertainment because I'm being entertained by you.
No.
Boom!
I mean, I guess...
Got him.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You can tell that we hang out a lot, right?
Yeah, so looks like SP, World That Never Was, and Beast Castle, unable to have proofs. That Lone 5 in Disney Castle, a little bit scary. Just a little bit,
I'm gonna laugh a little bit if that's actually in the very beginning of DC, like in the courtyard. And it, like I said, watch it be Genie. I will laugh so hard if it's Genie. It will make my day. But Data Marluxia also sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, it looks like they're getting ready to start. Timer's counting down.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we are into it. Doesn't look like they started with any important checks.
They did start with Explosion.
Oh, man.
So that's already very good. And they have an air combo boost on their Keyblade.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good to have. Violin going straight into Pooh's house. So
Never know what's going to be here. There are 12 points here, which could easily mean anything's in here. Then we see BDButt going and checking the shop. And heading into Pride Lands. Usually the most optimal play, considering Pride Lands has the most consistent opening if you go there first.
Absolutely.
Guard and a report. All right, we have report 4 for BDButt.
And what does that tell us?
Land of Dragons has Feather Charm.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so that's 1/5 that we already know about. Not a
Mm-hmm.
not a great one. Unless there's a data psyx maybe? Or I was gonna say or Terra, but we don't have Terra on. Well, we'll sad there. Actually, I'm not. I'm not sad about Terra being off.
I would
That
be
fight is
okay if we made it so negative combos weren't on Keyblades, but I'm glad that Terra isn't off. However, I would love to see some players figure out ways to fight him without double negative combo and hand. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's actually something how the community has changed over the past couple of years is the community's gotten better and we've
Mm-hmm.
turned on ASs more often. We've turned on datas more often. Um, and so I think I think it's really just a matter of time, run a couple tournaments with Terra on, make people learn the fight. It's an easy enough loop to do if you've
Mm-hmm.
got what you need. But it is certainly not an easy fight. He's
Definitely
considered
not.
the hardest boss in this game for a reason.
Ooh, it looks like we got another report in Pride Lands. Report number 13 says Twilight Town has wisdom form. So now we have information of a form
Okay.
with 16 points left in Twilight Town. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Normally, I like to get Valor or Wisdom form before I go to Twilight Town, uh,
Mm-hmm.
just so that I can then level it during that tower,
Mm-hmm.
during the tower fights. And you've kind of got a 50-50 shot, I guess, of getting it before. I don't know if that'll affect their decision making at all. I'd probably just stick to my normal routing. Um, we do have a hefty number of checks on forms. So
24 leaves a lot in
yeah,
there.
24 points, pretty good.
Ooh, Torn Pages in Pride Lands.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice indeed. That brings it down to 12, meaning still anything could be there. There could be a 5, there could be a 7, then there could be a 3 or and a 9. So hopefully we'll see one of those popping off over here. Oof. Ooh, a magic.
Reflect.
Out of all the
Great
magics to
pickup.
start with, it's a reflect, meaning that there's a guaranteed 5 here. That's kind of
Ooh.
scary.
Ooh, okay.
Scary thinking about it because you still have 4 torn pages and 3 summons plus the proofs and once more in second chance. Ooh, that's exciting too. Both of them are following the same setup right now. Went to Pride Lands and now they're both in Agrabah. Violin being able to get the quick death abuse since he didn't put Goofy onto Sora attack yet, if I saw correctly.
Yeah, that's something that I mentioned.
Yesterday.
I mentioned last night. I like to go here before I change their attacks.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a lot easier having Goofy stay on Technic Attack or Party Attack before doing those. Before changing them to be on Sora Attack for the rest of your run. Ooh, Fire and
Fire
Finishing Leap.
and finishing
Okay.
leap. Yeah, Agrabah definitely paying out so far. This has been pretty nice. It's always great to have a combo finisher. It's always great to have one of those elemental magics. I always like to have some sort of offensive magic. Oh, and Violin! Taking a depth to a Silver Rock. I mean, it definitely happens,
Oh, yep. It's happened before. That's why I tell everybody not to glide in Agrabah in this room, or in any of the rooms, really, because you never know when a Silver Rock is going to pop up right on top of you if you're already gliding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just quick run through here. If I've got glide 2, I can glide and stay low to the ground. But even then, it can still pick you up. So you've got to be careful
Exactly.
with it.
All right, what else do we got here? Doesn't look like there's much else in this first part of Agrabah. Hopefully Cape of Wonders has something. Hmm.
Ooh, interesting here from Violin. Is he trying to pick up a little extra XP?
He might be. He did find a torn page in levels, which brings us down to 12 now for Sora's levels. That's really good also, considering the fact that they have 2 torn pages. They can definitely push 100 Acre Wood if need be. That, depending on what's even in there, it could be a 7 and a 5 or a form and a report. We obviously we don't know, but it would be cool to see someone pushing it just to get Genie. I'm really hoping for someone to push something and get Genie. I think that would be funny.
He works so hard for perhaps the most useless 5 in the game.
I mean,
Although
unless you really know how to use Genie, then I would say that it's not the best summon.
yeah, he's definitely there's a little bit of a skill curve there, or a little bit of a learning curve rather, to use him properly. Stitch and Chicken Little kind of do their own thing. Peter Pan, we really just use for cheese strats at this point. But Genie, you need to know how to use him to get any value out of him.
I do agree with that. Ooh, BDButt going to Courtyard in Disney Castle. Let's see, is this 5 going to be early or is it going to be after Mini Escort?
And Violin picking up Final Form in the LOD free checks.
What?
So
Final Form?
very accessible Final Form.
All right, at least we don't need to do any Final Form, like, grinding today. Like, grinding to get it, that is.
Yeah, they won't have to force it out.
There's the word I was looking for, forcing. Haha. And he's pushing a little bit further into LOD too. I do like that play from Violin. Because there's going to be a lot of checks here, and I feel like this is probably a good idea. I would probably do this as well. Especially with the tools that I have, like having a Reflect, having Fire, and now having Final Form. Yeah, this is something I would do. Oh, there's Pan. We found the Pan early.
There you go. Yeah, I like the push into LOD. A lot of people just grab the 3 checks and leave. But it's not very difficult to get sort of that next bunch of checks. One on the forced fight, then another one on the search mission, and then 2 more in the checkpoint. Those are all very accessible, and with LOD being a 41, I can't say that I'm too surprised to see Violin doing it. I like this play.
Mm-hmm. Smart play on his end, and considering the fact that LOD is one of the first worlds that you actually go to, the level for it is really, really low. So I think that him doing this early is not a big deal or a big difference to somebody else doing it later, or him doing it later.
And you know what else just occurred to me? He did a little bit of extra leveling there in Agrabah, sort of reflecting some of those silver rocks using the reaction commands. I wonder if this was on his mind, the fact that he was going to push LOD. And so, the difference between level 6 and level 7 and level 8 might have actually made a difference.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it did. I think that he had a really good mindset going into Agrabah, grinding those little bit of levels, and then coming here. It may not make the most difference, but it can make a difference. And he's a very smart player when it comes down to it as well. He likes to level grind and do that type of stuff whenever he can. So, especially early levels, it's so much easier to level up. I think that he knows what he's doing. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, here he is in top 16.
Yeah, that. Let's see if he can make it top 8. I don't know, man. It's Violin.
Oh, we have
Ooh,
proof?
proof.
Okay, so proof on levels.
Proof of
Violin picking that up.
non-existence.
BD will definitely be picking that up in the near future.
Yeah, that's an early proof too. That's level 10, so. We found a money pouch in OC. BDButt found that. In the last check, he also got a thunder. Ooh. So now he has Thundara. That's pretty insane. Having early magic like that is going to help him later on when Violin doesn't have either Thunder, too. The range on it is very nice. We also have him going into Halloween Town.
Yeah,
To
Thundara's
try to
pretty
push at
good
21.
for some mob fights. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Having something like that is going to make the Hollow Bastion Bailey fight a lot easier. It's going to make basically anything where you're dealing with multiple enemies much easier.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, we got a report that says something we already know on Violin Stream. Report 12 says we have a torn page in Sora's heart. Man, we had no idea.
Thank you. Helpful information.
The best. I also noticed that BDButt checked the first 3 chests of Port Royal and found a cure, as well as pushed 100 Acre Wood a little bit to Piglet's house and found that other thunder that I was talking about. So that's where he got Thundara. That's pretty insane for having free checks that early.
Wait, hold on, Rose. Am I seeing this? I am. How many thunders does BD have again right now?
Whoa! Did he just find?
He
No.
got another one in Halloween Town. Okay,
I must
so
have looked away at that moment. That's not fair. No. I demand a reroll. Who rolled this?
We all know.
Man.
We know who rolled this. This is
Well,
great. I love Thundaga. That's gonna be a fun time.
I mean, with Thundaga, could easily push that Port Royal. Very easily. He has not gotten Pan, but I don't think he would need Pan for that at this moment. That Thundaga would hit so much stuff.
It is a Zeus seed indeed. Absolutely, chat.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
just need a shock charm and a couple of thunder boosts.
I don't even think they need that. Oh, Thundaga itself is pretty busted.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned Thundaga being, good for Port Royal, and obviously Blizzard and Thunder really good for Port Royal. But I see Thundaga, and I really just think, well, I can go anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like when you get that, you've got excellent crowd control. You got excellent damage.
Oh, Violin died in the cave fight in LOD.
Ooh, that can be a tough one at lower levels.
Mm-hmm. See, for me, my go mode magic would be Reflect. I get
Yeah.
Reflect, I can kind of go anywhere that I want.
Yeah. Reflect is just so good, as everybody knows by this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, BDButt picking up the final form in LOD and leaving.
Ooh, okay. So he's not gonna push this world. He's
He's
gonna
gonna
go
push Twilight Town.
straight into Twilight Town. No hesitation.
I'm not against this play either. I'm not against pushing LOD or going straight to Twilight Town when you have final form. Twilight Town will give you a bunch of levels. Speaking of levels, he's not hit level 10 yet, so he does not know that the proof is there, but he has gotten that torn page. So this is, I think, a good play from BDButt. Hopefully after this, he will, go somewhere else, cough, LOD cough, and go from there. Ooh, more torn pages
More
in
torn
LOD.
pages. It's still 19 points there.
That is crazy.
So, plenty left in LOD. We've already had 4 checks, and it could be 5 more for all we know.
Oh yeah. Another reason that I think that BDButt wanted to go to Twilight Town, yeah, exactly, for that wisdom form check. If he gets wisdom form, he can get these 2 forms to level 4 instead of level 3 and see if he might be able to get something out of that with the 24 in there, as well as now getting an auto limit. So
yeah, auto
so
forms
far, so good.
Certainly something I like to keep my mind. There it is. There's the thunder boost.
Oh my goodness.
To go with this Thundaga and a report.
And the report that says 100 Acre Wood has a thunder.
All right, not so useful there. But as I was saying about auto forms, I like to sort of keep those in the back of my mind. As the seed gets later, if the actual form itself, if limit form itself is really deep or in a weird spot, and you're still missing checks on drives, it can be really nice to auto form and get, just one or two of those early checks. Are you kidding? Fire
Another
on final level 2?
and he just got the proof as well. So we got fire on final level 2, and then BDButt just got that first proof, the proof of non-existence in levels.
My goodness.
That is crazy. And limit form on final level
jeez.
4. So you don't even need auto limit, you get limit form.
What on earth?
Violin also found his first thunder in Halloween Town. Congrats to Violin. Very proud of you. This is the craziest seed.
Oh geez, there's so much power here. I look at these tools and I think there's a lot of power. Thundaga, a Thunder Boost, Final Form, and Fira. That's 2 fires for him with the one from Agrabah. Limit Form, Wisdom Form, potentially on the horizon.
The World That Never Was has a magnet. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, so report number 11 in TT1 at the tower says that the World That Never Was has a magnet. So we know what magic is in Twilight Town. But we also know there is a guaranteed 5 in forms. So that's pretty scary. We have a guaranteed 5 in forms, 100 Acre Wood, and in Disney Castle right now. So that knocks out 3 more of our... Oh, and Pride Lands. I just looked at the trackers one more time. My bad. This is insane.
Oh my goodness. Violin, again, pushing deeper into a world. He's doing Prison Keeper now, which is certainly not a play I see most people doing. You can certainly do it. You've got Dance Call, and he's got Reflect as well. He's making good use of that, making good use of the Thunder.
Yeah, but the stats are not that great right now, unfortunately.
He's definitely at level 1 stats, and from the look of it, this might be a strength seed.
I wouldn't say that quite yet, but it could be.
Oh man, that Thundaga. Oh, that Thundaga.
So good.
Violin making his way through this fight decently enough, not having too many troubles. It'll certainly be a little bit slower. Interesting to push here. It's a 14. That could be a 9 and a 5 or 2 7s would be the most common outcomes there. And so those could be really nice. It could be another form and a 5. You could get a form and a proof here. Or 2 more magics. I'm sure he wouldn't be too disappointed with at this point, especially if he can pick up another Reflect or if he could pick up a magnet.
If you want to be really trolly, also in Halloween Town you can have 3 reports and a 5. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We have so many reports left.
That 9 could be 3 3s. So
I also like to think of all the possibilities there. That would be great. Getting an item slot on Prison Keeper. Okie dokie. And then we have BDButt going and pushing into Twilight Town 2, trying to level that final form a bit more. I like this play.
I might broaden my horizons a little bit. Both these players are actually sort of choosing to go deep into worlds rather than wide into a bunch of different places. I don't know that there's necessarily a correct play. I think it's largely a matter of preference and largely a matter of adapting to the tools that you have. But if you can handle this fight well, as BDButt does, very nice. Some Reflects, some Fires, and a couple of juicy Thundagas, making light work of what is a rather difficult fight.
Oh, yes. That fight I have been having some troubles with. I can understand having just not a good Twilight Town 2 fight sometimes. I sometimes feel like Twilight Town 2 can be harder than Twilight Town 3 Mansion fight.
I agree. I think it's one of the hardest mob fights, especially when you're underleveled or are missing some tools.
Ah, yes, we did get a report in Twilight Town. It was report number 7 says simulated Twilight Town has torn pages. Well, I guess we know where most of the torn pages are.
Oh boy.
That's crazy to think about how we might have all the torn pages there. That means that there's also a guaranteed 5.
Yep,
In
that's what I was thinking
STT.
about. Another guaranteed 5 in STT. So guaranteed 5 on drives, another guaranteed 5 in STT. We're identifying where these are actually rather quickly, I feel.
No, stop we need to stop identifying. They need to stop identifying where these 5s are, because I wanted this to be a longer seed. We also found a cure on Oogie Boogie. Rest in peace, Halloween Town. You only have another magic in you. Unfortunate.
Well, here's the thing, Rose. Just because we know what world the 5 is in, that doesn't mean it can't be deep. You know?
That's true.
The 5 in 100 Acre could be Starry Hill.
No, it had to be on Geet the Bear.
Specifically Yeet the Bear, yes.
Specifically Geet the Bear. It has to be Genie on Yeet the Bear.
The 5 in STT could be Data Roxas.
Oh, that would be fun to watch too.
The 5 on drives could be level 7, and then they'd have to go find all the forms. So we've got. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. This could be a ride.
Man, that could be Data Syx too. Ooh. I'm excited.
That's a maniacal little laugh there.
Shh. Don't call me out like that. Alright, so now we have BDButt going into LOD. Well, been in LOD doing the missions. Just picked up Peter Pan.
Peter Pan for the Data Syx that they're going to have to do later. Hint, hint, wink, wink. No, we have no idea. We have no
idea.
The seed was rolled, half an hour ago and without a spoiler log. So we are just as in the dark as y'all are.
So who would you be? Would you be Jesse or James?
Oh, man. I don't know. I've always thought of myself as a Meowth.
No. Between the two. You gotta pick between the two. We don't have a third. It's Jesse or James.
What if we get a third?
Sabrina. Boom. Easy.
Oh, dear.
Well, no. Actually, it would have to be Zach, because we're in the call with Zach right now.
That's true. But I feel like that would make Zach... Well, I was going to say that would make Zach Meowth because he doesn't talk because he's a Pokemon. But Meowth is a very talkative Pokemon. So, frankly... I don't... Oh, Chat is Meowth?
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
Maybe we should just let Chat decide who's Jesse and who's James. There we go.
So, BD also pushing LOD. He's probably gonna get all the same checks as Violin. I imagine he'll stop at the same point. I don't see him pushing any further. I don't see him doing Shan Yu, but I really don't know. And then Violin turning in some of these torn pages. He's got 3 of them. So he can make his way all the way to Kanga's house, picking up about half the checks available in this world. Accessory slot, quick run.
We also have some limit form leveling going on in the cave from BDButt, which I think this is a good idea as well. Getting some early levels on that, trying to get done with the fight as quickly as he can, getting to see some checks, which we haven't found anything on limit form quite yet. Yeah, Violin doing the honeypot something.
Slider, right?
Slider? Yeah, that sounds about right. Honeypot. I can't word. I'm done.
Words are hard. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I quit. GG, Rip Rose.
Commentator who can't words. It's fine. We're very accepting here.
Oh, it looks like BDButt's going to be pushing further, doing the minute fight.
At least doing the minute fight. You can get a few more limit levels here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
Another thing that you can do.
Oh, it looks like that is the reason.
Yeah.
I like this play by him. It gets it done as well, too, so knowing you'll probably come back here, I think that this was a good play on him, especially having the limit form. Violin still has not found either the fire or limit form in forms yet. Currently still pushing through 100 Acre Wood, going to Kanga's house. We're going to see what's here. Guaranteed 5. Wonder what it could be. Is it here or is it going to be in Spooky Cave? Or,
Or later.
Starry Hill. I like the
Okay,
Starry Hill.
later.
It's later! Yes, I mean, man, that sucks. Have to get another torn page and have to do Spooky Cave at the least. Man.
Oh, darn. What a shame. I would hate to have to see the bear get yeeted.
Makes me wish I still had my Yeet the Bear emote right now. Dang. It's okay, eventually. Alright, Violin going back in, oh wait, he hasn't gone into Disney yet?
For the first time going into Disney Castle. Yeah, okay, I do want to point out that we're almost a half hour into this seed, and this is the first time he's going into DC. Neither player has been into SP, which we may or may not see. It can't have a proof. We haven't seen HB either.
SP or Beast Castle, too. Neither one of them has been into Beast Castle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see them ignore those. I know Violin especially likes to really, really shoot for the 5s. He's less concerned about searching out tools and more concerned about searching out the proofs.
And then we have BD going back into Pride Lands doing the hyenas fight.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, very nice. He's got the... a really, really easy way to set this loop up is with Magnet, but he doesn't have that. So he kind of made it work with Fire and Thundaga, and I was just going to sit here and reflect spam for a little bit, and then these guys will eventually die.
Hopefully he doesn't run out of magic.
Eventually.
Oh, he used an ether.
Eventually.
He got tired of it. I would have just kept him in the loop.
I would try to just be patient here.
He got it. Let's go.
Okay,
Mysterious
there we
Abyss.
go.
That scared me when he got a little impatient about it. I was really hoping that he was just going to stick it out, Ooh, a scan on Mysterious Abyss. Putting on some more magic. I'm liking it. It does indeed look like it might be a strength seed. Violin pushing the mouse, going into what looks like TR soon. Finishing up the second part. Liking the play.
Yeah, definitely. Guaranteed 5. Relatively easy world. He can certainly make it through everything but Marluxia at this point.
Easy.
So, he's getting a large percentage of the available checks in this world.
Yeah, no, I can see Violin pushing all the way through up until maybe Windows, but we'll see. He's also definitely the type of player to just go ahead and go for it. Especially having Pan, I feel like he would. And then we have BD still fighting Scar over here. Hoping that he can get past this. Like, he is definitely below the floor for magic.
Definitely. Yeah,
it's upsetting. The magic for the seed is very low, and it's making my heart hurt because I love having high magic stat.
Yeah, and they've got great magic abilities too. They've got a Reflect, they've got Thundaga, they started with Explosion, and frankly, we just haven't seen any of that. Oh, it's Chicken Little.
Ooh, that's really good for Disney, but unfortunately, with nothing else there, Violin is going to take the leave at Disney. Got the Chicken Little, and now he's just gonna go find somewhere else to go. Wonder where he's gonna head off to. And we've got Scar done, taken care of, and it's not on Scar. He's going back into Pride Lands.
I like this, because there's a check on Hyenas, which I think is pretty easy to get. Ground Shaker, a little bit more difficult to handle at this point.
Definitely. We have Violin going into Twilight Town, hoping to get all the information that he needs, cough, cough. I'm shocked that BDButt didn't push further, but at the same time, not too worried about getting the levels or that 7 that's also in TT3 somewhere.
Yeah. So I see a question in chat about the magic floor for Pridelands 1, and the magic floor, the damage for there is 18. So he's actually just barely under. Obviously, he's going to be well under for Pridelands 2. But Thundaga here, and you can use Simba's Limit as well. All those are pretty good damage. This might be a little bit slower than normal, but I'm not against the play. If you can cheese out this 5 pretty early, that's something that you might have over top of your opponent. I like that he's choosing sort of what I would call a quirky play, something not very typical, something that's a little bit outside of the box, and it's a map. Oh no!
Which means this is either Ground Shaker or Data Science.
Yep.
Ooh, see, for that fight, now knowing that the floor for PL2 is 28, I would have done the same thing. But if my strength were any higher, I would definitely have done the jump into the corkscrew ability. So
yeah, it's definitely pushing the mouse.
getting a pretty good push there.
Very good push.
Oh, that was really good.
Dropped it, but got her most of the way across. And something else that I noticed from BD is before he left Pridelands, he actually checked his Keyblades, and I imagine there he was searching for Berserk Charge. And that if he had Berserk Charge, he might have done Ground Shaker, but decided against it.
Violin slowly going through TT1. We have BDButt making his way through Disney Castle, going to Timeless River. I think the fact that they're starting to tread over each other's steps is pretty cool. Just shows, how your thought process can go when you get certain checks and reports, and it's pretty intense.
Yeah, a lot of times we see players kind of hit up the same content but in different orders, and it's the all plays that are always the most fascinating to me. Like Violin pushed a little deeper in Halloween Town. He pushed LOD very early, which BD eventually did. But then we saw BD push Pridelands a little bit more. And so those are the kinds of plays that might end up deciding a race. It's rando, It's rando, and so you never know when that one extra check is going to be the proof.
Exactly. I will say that we know where the rest of our 5s are. Is that correct?
Do we? There's
no
way.
I think I know 4. No,
1, 2,
or 3.
3, 4, 5. I see Drives, STT, Pridelands, 100 Acre
and 100. And there's only
4.
Oh wait, no, we are missing 2. I'm sorry, I forgot to look at Once More and Second Chance.
It happens to everybody.
Once More and Second Chance, they always trip me up. Always.
They blend in so nicely to the level checks.
Well, we do know. Oh, BDButt going into Simulated Twilight Town.
Ooh, okay.
So we're gonna get new information over here, and I like this play because it is also a guaranteed 5 somewhere. Never know what that report too, if it's going to tell us something else.
Right, and not only is it a 5 that we don't know about, we don't know what that 5 is going to be. There's also a torn page here, and so even if that other 5 is a summon that that he doesn't necessarily need, the torn page will help. And the torn page might help him get further in 100 Acre Wood, where he knows there's another 5.
Exactly.
So Violin finishing up TT1. Do you think he'll continue here and do TT2 and 3?
I think he'll continue through do TT2. I do not think he'll do TT3. Just exactly what BDButt did.
Well, TT2 will net him a report, That looks like what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course, yeah. There'll only be 7 points left after he
Mm-hmm.
finds that report, so it's certainly unlikely for him to do that.
Yeah. I can't see him pushing it further unless he really wants that magic. That magic could be the last cure.
We'll just have to see. Violin having a pretty easy time with his berserker fights.
Mm-hmm.
Very nicely done.
He's gonna get this report, and then we'll see what he does. Again, I don't think that he'll push through TT3. The only thing I can see him doing is maybe picking up all the free checks in hopes of finding something.
He could. Is there anything that they're missing at this point, though? They've got a lot.
Um, do they have a finishing plus? That's my big question. If they don't
Ooh,
have a
I don't
finishing
know.
plus, nope, he left. He's also going to
Ooh,
STT.
all right.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness. Let's go.
we,
Okay.
we got any Roxas fans in the chat?
Hey,
Because
hey,
we're gonna be seeing
me,
some
me.
Roxas.
It's just Rose, only Rose.
Only Rose.
Rose is biggest Roxas fangirl. If you like
Ber-
Roxas too, we are best friends.
yeah, Berserk Charge is another great ability that they might be able to find, especially since we know that they might have to get through Ground Shaker.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be that OC is not popular? Uh, I think OC is becoming less and less popular as time goes on. It's something that I've never really been a fan of. I find that the checks are sort of backloaded. Oh, Roro, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Hope that your race went well. Welcome, Raiders. You have joined us about half an hour into a race where we find both racers in STT.
Same time.
In fact, things you would never expect from KH2Rando.
No, I was just saying, I can see Violin pushing TT3 to find something that could be useful to him in the seed in general, and I'm not certain if they have a finishing plus, whether it be on a Keyblade or if they have it as an ability. And finishing plus is always a very good ability to have in general. Ooh, secret.
Absolutely.
We got Ansem's report 10, which says Disney
Okay.
Castle has baseball charm.
Okay, so that's actually something that's really good for. Oh no, he did go get it, didn't he? He did. Oh, I was thinking that BD didn't go to TR.
No, he just pushed Minnie and
Yeah,
left.
yeah, that could have been.
Or no, he
Could have
did he?
they both went into TR, got Chicken Little, and left.
Oh, the icon on BDButt confused me. It looked like he just did mini escort, but no, yes, he did get Chicken Little as well.
Yeah, the icon doesn't change until you defeat Old Pete, and since they got the chest before Old Pete, it still just says the mini escort.
That makes sense. I did not know that. I learned something new today.
Progression markers. Okay, so BD did not do the quick strat on Twilight Thorn. Still killed him very quickly, but I wonder if we'll see Violin do it. It looks like the answer is no, because I don't see him going into limit form immediately. But something that you can do here, if you've got limit form, you go into limit form before this fight, and then you dodge roll forward or walk forward a little bit, and then get off a Ragnarok, and you can get the Ragnarok finisher, and all those lasers will get to hit Twilight Thorn, and then you just spam revert, and you'll revert in time to go back to Roxas so that you don't soft lock.
I think that our main reason why they both chose not to do that was because of their stats right now. And sometimes the lasers don't go to hit Twilight Thorn too. So, yeah, I think it just really depends on how comfortable you feel with your stats and where you're at and all that stuff.
Right, you've got to make sure that you lock on, and you've got to make sure that you're close enough.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of subtleties to that strat, actually. And as I mentioned, if you fail, you soft lock,
Mm-hmm.
and that's bad.
Yeah. And here we go. Violin picked up that report 10 stating stuff we already know. Getting Chicken Little in Disney Castle. Woohoo! Great. Awesome report. I love it. You love to see it. Ooh, getting guard break in the tram station in STT. That's a very good ability, especially with their strength where it's at currently. That will be very useful to them later.
Yeah, BD finally getting into the meat of the checks in STT.
Once more. That's it.
Ooh.
STT is done. Finding once
Okay.
more in...
Well, here's the thing, though.
And there's the torn
they
pages.
Might still okay, I was going to say they might still need the torn pages, but there they are. Ignore me.
No, don't ignore him. Don't ignore Kale, guys. Tell Kale he's amazing. He is doing fantastic. So we got once more. We got torn pages, which leaves us with only one more torn page in the pool.
Yeah, so BD's going to go, I assume, 100 Acre Wood, and that's exactly where he's going to go.
Mm-hmm. Which I believe Violin will probably do the same thing as well, especially since he's already pushed 100 Acre Wood all the way to Kanga's house and is now at Spooky Cave. So we'll see where he's going to go once he gets that. He is just going against Setzer right now in the struggle fights. Doing the easy strat, obviously, using limit form, trying to get those level ups. So I agree, Machine Gun Geek. I really hope Spooky Cave has the final torn page. But I also really don't want that to happen because I want to see Genie be on Starry Hill.
So actually, in terms of leveling on struggle fights, you cannot get limit form experience during those fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're coded very slightly differently, and it's a mini game rather than a fight. And because it's not a fight, it doesn't work. It's something really, really strange. Now you still use limit form there, and you still use Ragnarok because that's just the fastest way to get through it. It's hard to be faster than a 5-second fight. But you won't get any form experience there, unfortunately.
All right, I am taking notes for next time. Let me write this down in my handy dandy notebook that I got from Blue's Clues.
Well, you know what? There's so much depth to this game, and while this game lacks the really robust logic like an OOT randomizer might have, what it does have is it has a lot of minuscule things that can save you a couple of seconds in understanding the fights and understanding the movement and understanding different strats. And that is what really makes the difference. Anybody who thinks that this game is, it's so much more like random per se, because you don't have to sort of logic out where things are, going fast and getting things done efficiently is such a huge deal. And that's why we start to see some of the same players winning races all the time. That's why Violin has done so well. That's why Megaslim and Ninten and Sonic have done so well. That's why those names are like sort of up there as like, oh yeah, he's a really good rando player. So
we are in Spooky Cave like I called for Violin. So far, nothing here. Checking this last chest. Oof. Has to play the actual mini game, guide them through the cave. And we have 2 more pop-ups here before we know for sure if this is going to be here or in Starry Hill. Part of me is really hoping that it's going to be in Starry Hill. Sorry, Kale, go for it.
No problem. And yes, that is correct, Cole. Oh, no!
I literally just looked over. Sorry to interrupt you one more time, but yeah, it looks like BDButt has crashed.
Yeah, what happened there? Where exactly did he crash? He did the 100 Acre minigame?
I'm opening it up right now.
And he skipped the scene? And then it just said nope. Okay then. Well,
yeah, it looks like he crashed right as he hit skip scene.
Yeah.
And it does look like he's reopening the game right now, checking his loads. Last time that he saved looked like it was... Oh, wait, no, he has
Well,
to auto-save Lua, so he just has to
yeah,
play the minigame one more time.
yeah. Oh, so it is unfortunate that he's going to take the time loss of the crash and also the time loss of having to do the minigame again. Yeah, Crash from Your Left World. I've never seen that one before. Sonic says he's had that crash before.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Hopefully he doesn't crash again here. We will see.
yeah.
Also, looks like the check for 100 Acre Wood is going to be in Starry Hill. Hopefully,
Yes.
Yeet the Bear. Let's go. Sorry, I'm a Yeet the Bear. All right, we all know this. Come on. Come on. So we'll go ahead and hope that BDButt, again, doesn't crash here. Looking over at Violin, he's doing the minute fight. Also looks like he's trying to level up limit form. Taking some damage to get some of that MP rage going.
Yeah, one of the great things about limit form is so your limits consume MP, but limit form comes built in with its own MP rage. So you can use a limit and then get hit and get some of that magic back and just keep going with it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like BDButt crashed a second time.
Oh my goodness.
But he was able to get into the garden there when he went back into... Huh, that is very weird.
What on earth is happening here? So strange.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest to him maybe he should repatch really quick, go from there.
Well, I mean, do you... What do you do here? Do you just keep playing? His time did pause. His timer paused this time.
And then him loading the game, it started again, too.
Honestly, if I'm him, I might just hope that it's not in 100 Acre Wood. Which it feels like a really bad thing to do, because if you get those other torn pages, even with the torn pages he's got now, he probably wants to go into 100 Acre. It's a really good play for him.
He actually auto-loaded and he was in Garden of Assemblage. He went to Hollow Bastion instead. So I feel like he's gonna continue. They're both going into Hollow Bastion. So I would have agreed and said he should try it one more time. But at the same time, I also think since the auto-load or the auto-save is there, it's okay. It does suck. You get a fire in Hollow Bastion, so that's really nice. But hopefully when he goes back later, if he does decide to go back later, depending on where these other 5s are, it won't happen again. But the autosave Lua is definitely a lifesaver, guys. If you don't have the autosave Lua, definitely recommend going and getting that set up. You just put a file somewhere and you're good.
Yes, it's as easy as downloading the file and putting it in the folder along with all your other Lua scripts.
Exactly.
And then what you do is, when you boot up the game, you just hold either select or the touchpad, whichever you use to get into first-person mode. And you just press and hold that while you load up any save that you've already made. So as long as you have a save somewhere in your Kingdom Hearts file, it doesn't even have to be from the same playthrough. It'll work, and it is a huge lifesaver. Without it, BD would just be done here. There's no way he could make up 40 minutes of time. But here, he's only losing a little bit of time. So the first time that he crashed, his loadless timer paused. And our rulings for this league are, if your loadless timer pauses due to a crash, we penalize you by 1 minute. And then if your loadless timer does not pause, if it keeps going, which it did the second time, then, your timer's still going. You're just straight losing time. So.
I'm glad that he was able to get back into it and continue. Hopefully his mentality is still there. I think it is. He's been playing really, really well. So.
Yeah, definitely. This has been a very close race. And actually, we see both of them going to the same place again. Both of them going into HB and HB2. So this is still anyone's game.
Yes.
If this is in 100 Acre Wood, it's really bad for BD. But if it's anywhere else, if the proofs are anywhere else, then we don't know who's winning this.
Exactly. Yeah, and as Coldquill is pointing out, that the 14th one is guaranteed a 9 and 5.
Oh, is it now? Is that where? Yeah, this is where the math comes in handy, and you've got to look at where those 9s could be.
Yeah, because there's only 2 forms left. We only have Valor form and Master form that we need to find on the board. Well, we don't need to find it, but we can.
What do you mean? I can't beat the game without Valor form.
So yeah, just to clarify that if your game does crash and your timer does not stop, that's like your loadless timer does not stop, then you don't get penalized for that 1 minute, correct? If it does stop, then you'll get penalized the 1 minute. I'm saying that correctly, right? Perfect. So it just makes it so that it's basically even in a sense, because we're trying to account for the timer stopping because you're still technically doing the seed. Maybe Kale can do a little bit better explanation on that than me, because my brain wants to make it complicated and I'm trying not to. I'm sorry.
No, that's exactly right. The idea is, if you crash, we want your timer to effectively keep going, because you are still in the race, you are still in the seed. You could be using that time to think. You could be using that time to plan and do math or whatever. Like it's not time where you can do nothing. It's time where you're just doing something else. And so if your timer suddenly pauses, then and gives you free time to think, that's something that you could feasibly try to like turn into an advantage. And we want to avoid that. So it takes approximately a minute to load the game back up. So the ruling that we sort of decided on was you are effectively penalized air quotes for however much time it takes you to get back in. If it takes you about a minute to get back into the game, so we just sort of pretend that your timer is still running the whole time.
And it looks like both players are going to be pushing into Hollow Bastion and doing Core Skip. I do like this play because there are still 11 points in this world, which means that it's, 2 reports and a guaranteed 5, if I'm doing math correctly. Yes.
All right, Violin getting up there with final form pretty easily.
BDButt doing the same.
Yep, also getting up there pretty easily with final form.
They're basically in the same exact spot right now. This is intense.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch this.
They're 2 very, very good players, and to see them doing more or less the same thing, that's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, they're at about 45, 46, 47 minutes loadless, but the real time that we've been here is almost an hour. It's 55 minutes. And here we are, 55 minutes in, and they're right next to each other.
The last torn page is in drives. We just got that from report number 6 in Hollow Bastion Core. Says the last torn page is in drives.
Okay, if I'm Violin, I finish getting these checks, and then I immediately check for the autos.
Yes. I can definitely see that being a play right there, because you never know, because the only other things that we have as 5s are 2 summons, 2 proofs, and second chance now. So this is a 40% chance that this could be... Well, no, actually, would it be more than that? No, it'd be about 40%, because 40% for this to be in 100 Acre Wood now.
are certainly getting very, very close to eating that bear.
Mm-hmm. And I like that. And we have both of them leaving core right now. And it looks like Violin looks like he might be prepping for potentially going to the world that never was.
Yeah,
Only
doing that
reason I say that's
really
because
big
he put
menu.
on Aerial Spiral. But Aerial Spiral is still really good. Maybe not.
Just doing that big menu. I only saw Auto Limit, so I didn't see Auto Valor and I didn't see Auto Master. Those are our two MIA forms.
Exactly. I was, saying the same thing. We have BDButt going to fight the dancers. Maybe getting that done so we can see what's in those two chests. I believe they both went into Agrabah and stopped right after Abu Escort Noya.
Yes.
Which is the normal spot in which they would stop.
Kayla's very quiet. Okay, how about now? I adjusted my mic position. This should be slightly better.
You sound louder to me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you need to put your mic in your mouth. Sorry. I'm just kidding. Please don't.
No, perfect, yeah.
Doesn't look like the two checks that are after the dancer fight have anything of use. And BDButt is going back into 100 Acre Wood and it loads.
Yay!
Nice. Awesome.
I'm sure that's a huge sigh of relief for him.
Oh, yes. And he didn't lose that much time. He had to play the minigame one extra time, plus he has the 1 minute. So, him being able to actually get in and do this minigame, ugh. I bet that he feels so much better being able to actually just get it done.
Oh, I'll bet.
I know I would, especially after 2 crashes roughly in the same spot. Definitely a good idea to do this. We also have Violin going back into LOD. Not sure if he's going to fight Sean Yu, but we will see.
Yeah, I don't expect to see him doing Sean Yu skip at all. I'm sure it's possible with what he's got, but it would certainly be difficult. This might be one of those go into like final form, jump, revert, aerial dodge, reflect, and then go into maybe even wisdom form and try to stall as much as you can.
It's very hard to do that, but it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he is just going to fight Sean Yu straight up, which I think is the better option here. Instead of trying to, do Sean Yu skip and maybe failing it once or twice, it would just be faster for him to go through and fight Sean Yu at that point.
Wait, hold up. Limit form and combo master? Are you talking about for Sean Yu skip? Can you do that? Do you, with combo master, do you slowly get height? Oh man, that's wild though.
Well, we have a blizzard on Sean Yu, so we got our first blizzard.
Okay.
And now we're going back in for LOD2. Let's go, Violin. Looks like he's pausing for a second. I will say that LOD does not need to have a form. If LOD does not have a form, the 2 forms were going to be in OC and in Port Royal, which means there would be a guaranteed 5 in Port Royal. But we won't know until he gets one of the checks here. We also have BD going back into Pride Lands, pushing that 5 there. About to go talk to Simba in the Oasis. Oh yeah, you're right. Or Agrabah. Man. I have all the trackers open. My brain does not agree with anything I'm saying anymore.
There's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Sean, you skip. That's true. He did do Sean, you skip. He skipped Sean,
Yeah,
you
he
skip.
did perfect. All right, ground shaker. BDButt is doing ground shaker. Has a good amount of strength, I would say, for this, but his magic still is below the floor.
Yeah, fortunately, this is a physical fight rather than a magic fight.
Yes. We have Violin doing the LOD2 fight in the courtyard.
This is always one of these surprisingly difficult fights to get through.
It does not look like they have a finishing plus as well.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one yet.
No, I have not seen one.
Bizkit047, thank you so much for the raid.
Yes, thank you so much, Bizkit. Hope your stream went well. Welcome, everybody. We are about an hour and a couple of minutes into this race. We have two very good competitors.
Oh my goodness. Did you see those checks on Ground Shaker? Finishing plus and second chance.
Wow.
Okay, so unfortunately, nothing that he necessarily needed. He was pushing that really hoping for that proof. Instead, he got a second chance, which is nice. Finishing plus, also nice.
And now we're pushing into Olympus Coliseum.
Okay.
This, I think, is a good play. We haven't really seen much of Olympus at all, but we are also in Throne Room with a negative combo being found and Genie. So it looks like LOD is unfortunately dead for a proof.
Oh, man. It started with 41 points. That was a 41 LOD, not a single proof.
No, my dream is to have... Oh, I know, you're right. My dream was to have Genie on Starry Hill check. Oh. I'm gonna go sulk for a little bit.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
No, bro.
I'm kidding. I am here. Do not worry.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate solo commentary.
I would never leave you alone. Don't worry.
Oh. Alright, so we got Demix from Violin.
I do like this, going and splitting again in their routing. We have BDButt over here doing a Olympus Coliseum, doing Hades Escape. Hades Escape sucks on low tools, but luckily they have stuff, so it's much easier to do. And we have Violin with this beautiful Faraga on Demix, about to final form him.
Yeah, this fight is such a cakewalk with Final Fire.
Look how fast that was. Very easy. Oh, I can. You're right.
Alright, let's see what he's got with Cerberus. Ooh, that form explosion doing quite a bit as well. Limit form. Oh, there it is. Yeah, somebody mentioned, I forget who it was, somebody in the chat mentioned limit form on Cerberus. And wow, you were not kidding. That was crazy.
It's very fast.
Yeah, Olympus Stone in this league is a starting item. So every single seed you'll have the Olympus Stone, which means that you can be using forms in Olympus earlier than you would in the vanilla game. And that right there is definitely a great use of that. Violin still making his way through FF fights.
We have BDButt going into TT3.
Interesting.
That's crazy. Also, finding Master Form.
Yeah.
So we know that OC has 2 reports. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
OC's got 2 reports left. So now with Master Form, I assume he's going for those drive checks.
I think that this is a good play because once he gets through a lot of TT3, Ooh, we found the reflect in Twilight Town. So BD going in, getting the reflect, the last thing in Twilight Town. Now it's gonna maybe push TT3 up to Mansion.
Yeah, he's still grabbing the checks here, which I don't know quite how I feel about it. I think after that finishing plus, that's sort of everything that I would want or need. I don't know if there's anything specific he's looking for. He doesn't need an experience boost because the levels are done. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I do like the play here because he can final form. He can get final to level 6. See what's in forms. Maybe get lucky. Don't know what's there. Maybe get that torn page or get that other report. We do know where all these reports are now. We have 5 reports left, and we know where they all are.
Ooh, that makes some of the math certainly interesting if we know where all the reports are.
So we know that one of the 14s has Valor and a guaranteed 5. We don't know which one. We do know that Port Royal or Agrabah, which are the 2 14s, also has 2 magics. So, what's crazy? Or Halloween Town. See, here we go again. Me messing stuff up. Man, maybe I'm not fit for this commentator thing. Gosh. Oh, wait. No, I'm right. I was right. Halloween Town already has 2 magics in it, so it only has 1 more magic. I was looking at BD's tracker and not taking into account violence. I win.
Look, when I'm playing with points, I can barely manage my own. I'm just here to provide an entertaining experience and a little bit of insight. I'm a math teacher, but I'm not currently working. So the math, I'm just going to say it's there. There's math. There is math. I'm not going to do it.
We do not know if PR is a guaranteed proof. What we do know is that one of the 14s that are currently on the board, which are Agrabah and Port Royal, one of them has a 5. We know that one of them has a 5 and one of them has Valor form. The other one will have 2 magics. We know that, but we don't know which one. And by A5, I mean a proof or stitch. That's it.
Oh, wow. That's all we have left, isn't it?
Yeah, we have 2 proofs in stitch that are not hinted right now. Oh, and second chance. Wait, no, nope.
The second chance was on Ground Shaker. But yeah. Wait a minute. We're still missing 2 proofs? What the heck? What is this?
Yeah, we're missing 2 proofs.
Oh my goodness.
We are missing proof of connection and proof of peace. What if, and I'm just gonna throw it out there, they find proof of peace, and the last proof is gonna be on the mushroom check?
Oh man.
I'm just saying that I would laugh.
It could happen. Oh, we see Violin going into Pride Lands. This is really good for BD. Because this is gonna be
BD just found torn pages.
Oh, this is really good for BD.
On Master Form, level 6, his tracker didn't update, but it's okay. We know that that is his last torn page. And it looks like he's trying to decide where to go. My dude, just go.
100 acre, guaranteed 5. All right, so is this going to be the proof of non-existence, and then proof of connection is going to be on mushroom check? Is that what you think?
You mean proof of peace?
That's what I said. That's what I meant.
I think that would be hilarious. Yeet the bear! Yeet the bear!
Bear is being eaten!
Let's go! Yeet the bear! Oh, man! If he gets 9999, oh, very close. Got 8554. That was a very good yeet.
Yes, very, very nice for sure.
It was proof of connection.
No.
So we know that proof the proof of peace cannot be on mushroom check, meaning that if this 5 for the proof of peace is in Hollow Bastion, it's either going to be the last chest of core, Data Demix, or Sephiroth, or the Gullwing check. I don't think Violin went back for the Gullwing check.
I was about to say, I don't know if he did.
I don't think he did.
Oh, that could be a huge misplay.
He might go back there soon, and he might get it, but I can see him doing the same thing where he might go and push OC. Mm-hmm. He kind of has to at this point. Well, yeah, because it was Master Level 6. And then we have BDButt going in here and doing Shan Yu skip. Ooh, he's playing it very safe.
Very safe.
Get the revert in the master form. Nice, he made it.
Very good. Yeah, and the wall that you have to jump over is very thin. So once you get the height and move a little bit, you're good to go.
Exactly. He's gonna go in here. He's got light and darkness. He got the genie check. He's gonna get
the sadness.
The sadness.
The sadness.
It's so upsetting.
Violin,
he might go back out and fight Shan Yu. He is going to go back out and fight Shan Yu because he... Did I say Shun? I said Shan. Oh my gosh. He's going to go fight Shan Yu because he does not know if this is going to be a, proof or a proof in a form, or if this is going to be 2 7s, which unfortunately it is 2 magics.
It is 2 7s.
I've never seen the fire strats on this man.
They do work. They do work. I mean, Final Fire, works on Shan Yu just like it works on everything else in the game.
All right, there we go. He has finished. Shan Yu got that blizzard. Wonder where he's going to go next. He is going to go push Hollow Bastion.
I like this play.
I do as well. I also did notice on his tracker that his last Torn pages got put to his levels, which is definitely from the crash. I think that's kind of funny, to be fair. I'm not saying anything against him. I just think it's kind of funny in a sense, okay?
Yeah, whenever you do crash and you have to restart your game while playing, once you get to the title screen, start your auto tracker again. And just and then double check kind of your first couple checks that you get. Make sure that they go to the right place.
All right, we got Violin going in for Ground Shaker right now.
Now, does he have Berserk Charge? I don't recall. I feel like
we are about to find out.
Somewhere. We are about to find out.
I think that they got one. But
BD melting through Demix with that fire.
Faraga is so good. Yes, we do have a Berserk charge.
Oh, they don't have scan though. Man, I love seeing the health bar just get shredded.
It's like health bar? What health bar?
Blink and you'll miss it for sure. Wisdom Firaga through these fights. You can use Wisdom through here. You just go into Wisdom form before you enter the first fight. And for whatever reason, you don't go through a party transition, so you get to stay in Wisdom form.
Ooh, Fatal Press on Wisdom level 6.
Okay.
Violin taking a death on Ground Shaker.
Ooh, yikes. It's certainly a scary fight. It is very, very easy to die there.
This is going to make this very close, because right now BDButt's going through stuff that Violin has already did. Violin is going through stuff that BDButt has already done. And the death that Violin just had gave BDButt a little bit of time to catch up. So that's... Ooh. My heart is racing right now. This is going to be super cool to see who goes where, because we have... What is it? We have 2 5s that we have no idea where they're at right now. Because we got Connection in 100 Acre Wood. And there's 3 places where one of those 5s could be.
Oh, man. Earlier we were talking about them sort of diverging and then reconverging and kind of being at the same place again, and now it's sort of happening again. It's they diverged, they did different things for a while, and then now they're back on the same spot. And Violin just having a little bit of trouble with Ground Shaker, just not quite able to get that final hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's gonna get it here though.
He should.
There it is.
Nice. Finishing plus and second chance. And he says, really?
Yeah, I'm
smiling.
Sure he's...
Really?
Yeah. Not one to get phased or to rage, but certainly a little bit upset at that result.
And it looks like he crashed.
Did he just crash? Oh my goodness.
Wow. Violin just crashed. So we have both parties actually crashing here. Well, not here, but in this race. That's...
In this race, yeah.
Mind-blowing.
No. Oh my goodness. And it looks like his timer did stop.
But now the question is, what is he going to do? Is he going to go back knowing what is there on Ground Shaker, or is he going to go somewhere else?
I feel like you have to go somewhere else at this point. As tempting as second chance and a finishing plus are, I don't think they're worth getting. That there's nothing past it, and so it's not content that you have to do. BD knew that there was probably going to be more in 100 Acre, and so you'd have to do that anyway, but Violin does not.
We got the last cure, by the way. Wait, was that the last cure? Yes, that is the last cure. Last cure in the levels.
Actually, wait. Hold on. Yes, because Violin has one from Halloween Town.
Yes.
And Violin gonna go to Port Royal. Have not seen much of that world. We had those oh my goodness, another... What is going on with Violin's game?
What? Yeah, what's going on? Like...
Oh, I think he just accidentally tapped out.
Oh, he did. He did. He was changing the screen to borderless full screen, I believe. It's okay. He's still in it.
Phew. Thought it was another crash.
All right, we're checking Gullwing chest here.
Okay.
For BDButt, which is the report. Report 8 says Space Paranoid's at the Blizzard.
Okay, that's not.
Which is not a very important report at all. So now the question is, what is BDButt going to do? It looks like he's prepping for Sephiroth. Are we going to get some Sephiroth love right now?
That would be incredible. He's under the damage floor.
But also keep in mind, he does have second chance over Violin.
He does. He's got second chance and once more. Reflera, Explosion, Guard Break, Finishing Leap, Limit Form, Trinity Limit. He's got a lot of tools.
I'm actually going to double check really quick just to make sure that Violin didn't load into Garden when he crashed, or if he crashed right after getting. Gotcha.
Loaded into Pride Lands before Ground Shaker, says the magical voice in our heads.
What a man.
What a man. So yeah, crashed after the cutscene, so he didn't get to
He didn't load in, yeah. Okay.
He does not have that second chance. He does not have the finishing plus.
Okay.
He knows what they are. Alright, BD, going for Sephiroth!
Ooh, doing the dodge roll strat. Okay.
Well, you have to at this point. You know, you just gotta swag it out.
Oh my gosh, does not have counter guard or slide dash. I'm sorry, this might be where I get very quiet because this is very, very intense to me. Going to fight Sephiroth.
Yeah. There we go. So this is the loop that I usually do. I don't like that explosion there though.
Same.
The explosion will cause you to hit his RV, and when you hit his RV, he's got a couple different things that he can do. Whereas if you don't hit his RV, then he'll always retaliate with the same just sort of combination of slashes. But BD handling it very nicely anyway, almost into the second phase here.
Now he is in the second phase. We also have Violin over in Port Royal doing the minute fight, just trying to push that world a little bit. He's choosing this world instead of Agrabah, which I think is a good decision in itself. It's very easy to get through this, and it's roughly the same amount of time that you would be doing for the trial, but I don't think you'll be getting as many checks, maybe?
Oh, we have some intel from Gomer that when BD started Sephiroth, Violin's music rando started playing Sephiroth music.
Oh, I wish I had like volume of everything on.
How do I clip 2 streams at the same time? That's what I need to. Like I just need a clip of the whole thing.
Oof, BDButt taking a hit from Sephiroth.
Oh, and don't forget you've got Trinity Limit, you've got items. Oh, I like the pause buffer there.
I do
Just
like
sort
the
of seeing what
pause
he's
buffering.
doing.
It's definitely helping him out here.
Yeah. Free combo here. Whenever he does Descend Heartless Angel, just hit him once, and then do a nice big ground combo on him.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh my goodness!
He's fine. With second chance and once more, he lives, and then he can panic button out of it with Trinity Limit. Yes, use that elixir. Oh, beautifully timed guard break. That is very difficult to get. But if you can time your combo finisher towards the end of that, then you can get a free combo in.
My heart is going crazy right now for him.
He's playing so well. Get the reflect damage, another free combo, Descend Heartless Angel. You love to see it.
Oh my goodness!
He's got 2 uses of limit form in the bank with that 8 drive. Gonna get some reflect damage there.
He got meteored, which is fine. He has
fine.
2 limit forms that he could use. He has Trinity Limit. He has a lot of tools at his disposal right now for Sephiroth.
Yeah,
so this is very good.
And he'll get it. Violin picking up Combo Master over in Port Royal. No important checks yet, but he is onto Barbosa. He's been flying through Port Royal.
Yes, he has.
Oh, this is it. Oh, this is definitely it.
Nice!
Nice!
First try Sephiroth.
Oh, sweet memories.
Wow.
Well done. There's one more check. There is one more check that he gets. The Fenrir pop-up. And it's going to be...
an AP boost.
AP boost!
No! So we have Data Demix or the last chest of core at this point for Hollow Bastion. One of those is a guaranteed 5. Ditch could also be on mushrooms, actually, because we don't know where the proof is. And if the proof is in a different world, oh man, this just got insane.
Oh no.
I don't know what I would do here. I feel like I would leave. I feel like I would leave and go do Agrabah or Port Royal at this point.
Yeah.
We have Violin actually in PR2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... he's been blasting through this. We talked a lot early in the seed about having Thundaga and a Thunder Boost and some good magic, and Violin has been showing us exactly how fast you can go through this world. Looks like he's going to go for the last check of core, BD will.
I don't think that's a terrible play. I think that's a pretty good play.
That's great. Excellent point. The voice in my head.
Did you hear that
BD
too?
I did, right? It's because we're same person, basically.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Neither of these players have a magnet yet. We've gone this far, and neither has a magnet. We know that one is in the world that never was, which, by the way,
neither one of them have gone into it.
Haven't even set foot there.
No one's quick run Roxas. No one had gotten the first 4 checks. What if there's a magnet in one of those?
Yeah,
like what if it's right there? Oh no.
Definitely something that you've got to be careful about is, you don't have to go there now, but it could make the other things faster. And a reflect from Violin, it's not in Port Royal.
Oh no, that means that this proof could either be Last Chest of Core, Datademics, or somewhere in Agrabah.
Yep. Oh man.
And he got another Blizzard, not a magnet.
Oh, I'm sure he was really hoping to see a magnet there.
I'm sure as well. So we're gonna see where he's gonna go. I have a feeling he's either gonna go to Agrabah or he's gonna push a world that never was. Yeah, also another note. Did you hear that?
I did. Share it with the chat. I don't think chat heard it.
So, we also have to keep in mind that Violin hasn't gone to OC. He got that Thunder in OC and hasn't stepped back in to do Hades Escape. So he does not know that Master Form is in OC right now. Which is, I think that's pretty, yikes, to say the least.
And the interesting thing is, I've talked with Violin a little bit about how he feels about the point system, and he loves it. He loves the point system, and he loves sort of the math braining. Oh my god.
No way. Dude,
it wasn't the last check. Well, Datademics or Stitch on Proof of Peace check. So, not necessarily Datademics.
I will say Datademics is doable.
But it's doable.
Very doable. They have Flyraga. They have Wisdom. They have it to... Well, BDButt has it to level 6 right now. But...
So, we know that Valor Form has to be in Agrabah at this point.
Yes. He's going to go fight Datademics.
Is he really?
He's prepping for Datademics right now. He's putting ethers on
ethers on Goofy. That is the sure sign that he's going for Datademics. Wow. The cojones.
But he's so under the damage floor, which is really scary.
Under the damage floor.
He does have second chance and once more.
He's got 9 drive, but his wisdom is only level 6 instead of level 7. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this play. I just go to Agrabah. At the very least, I think what I would do here is I would push through Twin Lords. What's going on with Violin? Just paused for a moment. He has not said
he's counting.
Right. He's just doing a little bit of math. Yeah, stop and evaluate. Trying to figure out where things could be. And I think what might throw Violin off, like I said, he loves the point system and he loves the math that goes along with it. And so he has probably figured out that OC has to be a 9 and 2 6s, or is most likely a 9 and 2 6s.
2 6s.
And so, sorry, 2 3s. a 9 and 2 3s. Thank you. And so he knows that he's not going to get a proof for going to Olympus. But because Master Form is here and Torn Page is on Master Form, then he does have to go here. And so he's got to come here for the form. He can't just come here for the 5.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that he figured it out as well. And he isn't doing what's called, the coin flip. Of choosing between... Well, no, he doesn't have to. That's right. He already pushed PR the whole way. He has everything from PR.
He does. Yeah, he's got everything there.
So he knows where the two forms are.
Yes. Yeah, he knows that there's one here, and he knows there's one in Agrabah. BD doing very nice on Datademics, and in case you haven't ever seen this Datademic strat, you can Peter Pan him.
It takes a little bit, but it is doable.
It is doable, and doable is the most important thing, because now what he does is he has 2 full uses of Wisdom Form to deal with the final set of water clones.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be plenty.
He also has Flare Force too.
Yeah, Flare Force, he used a lot of that during the first phase. He did that. He did Blizzard into the reaction command.
Here we go, guys. Violin went back into Agrabah.
Yeah, excellent mastery of this fight by BD.
So this is going to be pretty intense because we're going to potentially figure out where this proof is right here.
Dewey's knowledge coming back 90 minutes later. That's right. It is. I love how smart y'all are in chat and like how much y'all know, because somebody did mention earlier, Double A Dewey did mention about Peter Panning Demics, and now we're seeing it. We're seeing that Peter Pan.
I'm kind of shaky right now. Violin didn't get the master form.
No. No, I think he changed his mind. I think he was going to go to OC and then decided that Agrabah would be a little bit better. Personally, I would definitely start with Agrabah.
Ooh, this Demix is being very weird. Okay.
I think it's the RV. His RV was through the roof because of that, and so he had to retaliate multiple times.
Makes sense. Yeah, he did Hades escape, but he didn't go further than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't do any checks. Didn't get any checks there, but I think he sort of, like I said, just reevaluated, thinking maybe this is a better play.
We are going to find out, though, where that proof is, because if it's not here on Datademics, then it's somewhere in Agrabah.
Not on the treasure room fight. Is it in the treasure room itself? Looks like the answer is no.
It's Valor form, but the
he
5
does get Valor.
Is still open. All right, BDButt finally getting to the 99 clones. Spamming that fire.
There you go. Yeah, and he's got Wisdom form and Firaga and a finishing plus. He is set here. No worries, plenty of resources. That's probably the biggest thing about the Peter Pan strat is you save a lot of your resources. And if you've ever done this fight, then you know that getting Goofy to use those ethers is so important. And an excellent first try Sephiroth and first try Datademics from BDButt with level 1 stats.
And it's the proof of peace.
He got the proof! He got it!
All 3 proofs. BDButt has gotten all 3 proofs.
And now he has
to go through the world that never was.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. I wouldn't say GG's yet, though, because he still has to climb the tower. However, Violin is missing 2 proofs. One in Starry Hill and the other on Datademics. Very glad that we were able to see a Demix. Datademics.
Oh, holy
BDButt
cow.
skipping all the chests as well, not taking a second to go and waste any time. He wants to keep going here.
No, he has everything he needs. And Violin picking up Stitch in Agrabah, so he knows it's not there. As it'll only be a matter of time before he realizes that he has to get the Torn page on forms, and he has to get that extra 5 in Hollow Bastion. He knows there has to be, the only place that Master Form can be is in Olympus Coliseum, so he knows there can't be a 5 there, and unfortunately he's going to be leveling Valor, he's going to be leveling his other forms, and he's not going to get it because it was on Master.
And I don't think he has Auto Master either.
I haven't seen it. I kept my eyes out for Auto Forms and saw nothing.
Nothing.
By the way, we blinked and Roxas is gone.
Where'd Roxas go? Hello, baby? Hello?
It's okay. You didn't want to see that massacre anyway.
You know, you're probably right. Okay, I'll just go hug my Nendo. See, if it were me, I would still be opening these chests just to see. But at the same time, BDButt has kind of everything that he needs in order to do the rest of the seed. He has his finishing plus.
Yeah.
He has explosion. He has everything. He doesn't really need much more out of that. Do they have horizontal slash? I don't believe so.
Don't think he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. He has final form, especially final form level 6. He has
His stats are in the
no
40s.
magnet still though, but he has Firaga.
Yeah, still no magnet. I think
Violin going to level wisdom form.
Not a bad decision from Violin. I think at this point you sort of have to play to it. He's gotten a little bit unlucky with his choices. He decided to go for Agrabah instead of Olympus Coliseum. He decided to push Halloween Town a little bit further, and those just didn't pay out for him.
Yeah, also keep in mind, BD did crash twice, and he probably feels like he's extremely behind right now, so that is another reason as to why he's probably skipping everything he can. We're not wrong, equations.
Oh, yeah.
Using Duck Flare, okay. Very, very nice. Into the Zigbar fight, using 2 Firagas, going in a ham on the man. The one gatekeeper here. And he's down. Zigbar is done.
Yeah, clean fight, and I assume we'll see more clean fights from BD on his way up the tower.
Yes, this is very good for BD. Think that he's pretty set on this. He has to do Luxord, then he has to fight Syx since it's Demnus 1. You want some ham right now? Earth, are you good? Do you need a hug? We are going ham. Oh, I get it. Ha, we're going ham right now. Ha! See, now I'm hungry. No, we're not talking about food in this chat. Anyways, so we are looking at BDButt going and fighting Luxord. Getting the easy strat, which I still have trouble with, going and doing the aerial spiral loop, hoping that we don't have to see a DM here.
Yeah, hopefully he just stays in this phase. He doesn't go into his little underground cards thing. Oh, I like the Panic Trinity limit here. I really hate that.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
He just throws cards straight at you. He's going into limit form already? There's no. He can't DM skip from here. There's no way. I refuse to believe it. Maybe
he's not trying to DM skip. Maybe he's trying to get him into DM faster without having to deal with everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, he's double limiting.
No.
He double limited.
No. Yeah. This man's a monster. This man's a monster.
Dude, I'm mind blown right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm clipping that. I literally just hit the clip button because that was absolutely phenomenal.
He just DM skipped from like 3/4 health.
I didn't think that he had that. Oh my gosh, BDButt just going crazy. We have Violin over here leveling up Final Form. Final Form's currently at level 5. BD is cracked.
He is. Oh my goodness.
That was beautiful. I've never seen that in my life. Violin finding out there's nothing in Final Form up to level 6. He got the report, but he has not gotten that torn page. Using limit form to the best of its abilities right now. I love to see it coming from BD.
Oh man, this is the power of limit form, y'all. If you don't use limit form, this is why you need to.
As
It
somebody
is
who never
so
liked
strong.
limit form and then started playing rando, I am mind blown at how good limit form is.
Yeah. Yeah, I never owned KH2FM personally. I only owned the original English release, and then it was when I got into Rando that was when I finally sort of picked up 2.5. And it amazes me. I'm like, what? They put this in the game? It's this strong? You know?
It's definitely moved up in my favorite forms list. I will tell you that. It used to be my number 0. I used to hate it. I never understood it, and now once I started playing rando and actually started using it, bro, limit form is the way to go.
Oh yeah, so good, just so good.
We have Violin back in OC, by the way. Just got done with Cerber. Is gonna get that master form, and then we get to figure out what he's gonna do from there. He did get Stitch and Agrabah, by the way.
Now, as soon as he gets Master Form, I have to assume he's going to level Master Form, and he'll get the Torn Page, and then he'll get the proof in 100 Acre.
And then he'll figure out where the last proof is.
Yep.
And then he'll go fight Sephiroth.
Yep.
Go do core, and then do... Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He just got Master Form. He is in Twilight Town. He's running to go do the Gamblers right now. No, I was not a Valor fan growing up, by the way. I was a Final Form fan. Final Form and Wisdom.
Wisdom was cool. I like the Pew Pew. I realized it wasn't very strong. I was smart enough to see that. But it was... I still like the Pew Pew.
Wow, BDButt getting the building skip.
Nice. Very nice building skip from him. Yep. Yeah,
That was
and that's one of those things with that's one of these things with these longer seeds is you end up at a higher level, and you end up with a lot of tools, and these guys know how to use all of those tools. So Violin picking up the Torn Pages,
On Master level
6.
100
Acre.
I want to hear his reaction to having to eat the bear.
He'll be like, Rose rolled this.
And you know what I'm going to say? No, I did not. Because I did not.
You did worse than me.
Some voice in our head decided, hey, I'm going to roll this. And we were like, okay, cool. Go for it.
Of course,
We have BDButt going into Final Fights, going to get on
commentary,
the engine right now. Rose is on commentary, so why not? Excuse?
Oh, a 97-97 from Violin. 97-97 points there. He's the real winner.
Man. Ah. Violin SP has Blizzard.
Okay, so...
He decided to go to Data Demix instead of Sephiroth.
And instead of Last Check of Core. He's going straight for it. Pre-menuing Peter Pan. He also knows the strats.
Dude, this is actually crazy.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
All right, now one thing I do want to point out is BD's having a little bit of trouble with the cylinders. Chicken Whittle is amazing here. And Chicken Whittle will pull him, and Chicken Whittle's whistle will just instantly kill him.
Also, keep in mind, they don't have a magnet at all, because magnet is on Data Zemnis.
Exactly. Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, that magnet is on Data
Zemnis. Well, no.
Oh, I am correct.
We didn't see all the chests. We didn't see all the chests.
This man just said no. My bad. Apologies. I just assume people will go
regardless,
through
regardless, no, there's no magnet here. No magnet, and I don't think a magnet burst either. So you don't have the kind of crowd control tools you're used to having for final fights. But Chicken Whittle is certainly one of my favorite ways to get through this.
Stitch is mine, but obviously, he doesn't have Stitch, so go from there. I would definitely use Chicken Little for that instead. You just have to run from the enemies, basically. If you're far enough away from the enemies, then you will definitely be able to just have Chicken Little whistle, and that'll pop them over to where they need to go. Look at the damage on Armor Zemnis 1.
So good.
This is
Such
beautiful.
crazy damage here.
All right, Armor Zemnis 1 down.
Yeah, not the cleanest fight, but fast enough, no deaths, and he doesn't know it, but we know that he's got a solid lead here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Violin taking
Endemic's
a death
rope out of the
at
Peter Pan.
Also have
Okay,
to keep in mind that Violin doesn't have a scan.
Oh, you're right.
Violin did
doesn't
not
have
put the
scan.
scan Keyblade on. If he has it, he does not have scan. And he took another death. Are we gonna get any turtles in the chat? Oh, there's Zach. Zach with the turtle.
Zach was on it. Zach was on it with the turtles.
Gotta do the turtles, okay? Nothing to Susie Turtle. Am I allowed to say that?
I think you are.
Okay, good. Good. Because I was gonna say it regardless. Yeah, BDButt has an extremely solid lead right now. Violin's still trying to figure out what he's going to do about data demics. Shocked that he hasn't made the decision to go somewhere else, but he also has the thought process of, I think I heard him say BDButt would do this, or something of the sort. But since this race is still going on and it's been almost 2 hours, he's thinking the worst. Okay, Armor Zemnis 2 down, going into Final Zemnis right now. BDButt with that solid lead. Ooh, taking a hit. Ooh, using aerial recovery. That was sketchy. That scared me.
Yeah, he might be level 36, but it's still great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just when you think you're safe, something happens, and you realize, oh, right. Critical.
I was waiting for Riku to heal, but Riku was actually out of MP. So he couldn't heal.
Oh, jeez. He's got a couple potions on him, but...
It's okay. BD might get this here. Going for that hot dome Skipperino.
So I think the pause there, like the almost excessive pause buffering, was to wait and see if his reflect would hit the real Zemnis. Because if it did, then it definitely would have knocked him in. Very nice. And that is time for BD. We're gonna add, I believe we're gonna add
1 minute
to his time for one of his crashes. The timer paused.
1:37:05.
And Violin does not look like he's going to be able to catch up. That would be a tall order for sure.
Since his timer didn't stop, only the first time, we only had 1 minute, right? Not 2.
It paused. Did it pause? Did it pause both times?
Okay. Never mind. We were just informed that it
2 minutes.
Paused twice, both times that the crash happened. That was an insane race.
Yeah. BD's expertise on Sephiroth and on Datademics was amazing. I can't believe we saw first try both of those.
That was... Oh my gosh.
just well. Well, hello.
Hello. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
BD. Hello. Well.
It might be a Discord setting.
I'm sure he'll get it figured out in a moment.
Of course.
On the other hand, Violin gets Demix to 0 health. He's got to avoid a couple of attacks here. As we noticed before, the RV just skyrockets. And so he's going to retaliate multiple times.
And he died. Oh, no. Oh, he has opened chat. He has realized that he has lost that race.
Yeah. BD, we still cannot hear you.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear Violin.
Yes, we hear Violin, but we do not hear BDButt.
Oh, no.
Just to throw that out there, Violin, I did not roll this seed.
You know?
No.
I believe that. I completely believe that, because that doesn't feel like a rose seed.
I don't think I would roll a Data Demix.
Was it Data Demix?
It was
Maybe.
Data Demix.
Oh my god.
It was indeed Data Demix.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you would be able to figure that out with your I don't know, your tracker where it is. But how are you feeling right now, Violin?
I mean, it could have been on Sephiroth.
That's true.
Check of 4.
Darn it! Why did I say that?
Or Mushroom Check. Well, no, it couldn't. It could not.
Mushroom Check.
Yeah, it could not be that one.
Hello.
Hey, there
we go. We're here. How's it going, everybody?
Going well.
Great. That was an insane race.
Yeah, that was horrifying for the full time.
Yeah.
That was absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, you two played really, really well with not with each other, but against each other. A lot of the time you were kind of backtracking. It was crazy seeing one of you go one world and the other one go to another world and then flip it.
There were multiple times where the two of you would go separate ways and then trade places and then reconvene in the same place. So you were an hour or some in, and I forget exactly what it was that y'all were doing. Oh, it was HB2. Y'all did HB2 at the exact same time.
Nice.
You're neck and neck. It was so great to watch.
Can't wait to watch it back. That'll be fun.
It was amazing, and I could not have asked for a better, two different racers to commentate for, because this was so much fun. You guys both played phenomenally. I do want to say that we had BDButt who crashed twice.
Oh.
And Violin, you crashed once.
Oh my lord.
Yep.
Where was your crash?
I crashed on Ground Shaker after beating it.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and he didn't load into the garden either after beating Ground Shaker, so he would have had to do the fight all over again to get that second chance in finishing plus.
Oh no.
Yep.
In which he just said, nope, not going back there, and went somewhere else. So that was really good. But BDButt, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. The crashes definitely jarred me a bit. I was pretty stressed after that, but I'm happy with the race, and I think that was a really fun seed. Glad I got to do super bosses. I'll always jump on the super bosses if they have a 5, so.
Of course. I mean, we saw you first try Sephiroth, first try Data Demix.
Nice.
That mind-blowing.
I popped off real hard over here when Data Demix had the proof. That was a relief.
You really did. Once we saw that you got done through core, I was like, he's not gonna go push Data Demix yet. And then you did, and I was like, wait, he doesn't really have anywhere else to go. Might as well. And then you did it first try. My mind was blown. I also noticed that you skipped every single chest in the world that never was on your climb.
Yeah.
Did you maybe stop to think you might be able to get that magnet anywhere?
Yeah, but I thought about it, I was like, level 1 magnet isn't even that good. I'd rather just skip the chests and just move on, get through it. It only would have really helped me with like the core fight at the top, so I'm not that worried about it.
Very smart mindset. Kale, do you have any questions that you want to ask?
No. I just wanted to say it was amazing to watch. You both played very, very well, and we could see, especially from Violin, we could see you sort of like doing the math and just pausing, like, okay, there's this many checks, and this many points, and so this has to be here, and that has to be there. And so, which I think is one of the really, really cool things about the points format. And I'm sure early on you sort of realized that Olympus Coliseum couldn't have a 5.
Right.
But you had to go there anyway.
Yep.
To get Master Form.
Yep.
So,
where was Auto Master, by the way?
We don't know. We
Yeah,
didn't see either one of you get it.
Oh.
And we do not have the spoiler log, so we cannot look it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, everybody in chat, be sure to give a follow to these amazing racers, BDButt and Violin. Both great people, great players. So it was great to have both of you in on this. Oh, one other thing I do want to note. The DM skip on Luxord, BD. From 3/4 of a health? Excuse me?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I just kind of chained limit forms on him until he died. Because I had the level 9 drive gauge, so...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was so confused when you went into limit the first time after the Trinity limit, because you kind of panicked Trinity limit, and then you went into limit form, and I was like, there's no way that this will work. And then you reverted out of it, and you instantly went back in it. I was like, no way! And the very last hit just... It did it. I was just mind blown. I'm like, man, I got to keep that, in mind next time. Yeah, I don't have Trinity limit.
That one felt good to show off. That's for sure. That was a fun one.
I believe I tried highlighting it, and I think I might have accidentally closed my Google Chrome doing so. Once
I think
the
I've
seed
got
was
it
over,
and,
but
in worst case scenario, we can go back to the
I was able to reopen it through my history, so I do have it.
Nice.
So, that was absolutely mind-boggling. Ugh. You guys racing was... I didn't know who to root for, and I didn't want to root for either one of you because you both are so fantastic at rando, and
yes,
thank you.
I'm glad that I was able to be here with Kale next to me, being able to commentate my first commentation. It was nice.
All right. Well,
anything you two want to say to each other before we head off?
I want to say congrats on moving on to top 8. That is amazing.
Appreciate it
and
very much. Been a big fan of yours for a while. Sorry, you go ahead. Oh,
no, you go first. You go first.
Been a fan of yours for a while, so it was nice to get the chance to race. Felt good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right, we're going to turn it over to Armin Stream in just a moment. So let's get these last closing thoughts in.
Nice. I was going to say, I'm just glad to make it into this top 16. I didn't think I'd make it this far. Given who was in my division, my pool, I'm amazed that I even got here.
Congratulations. Top 16 itself is, I think, a huge accomplishment this year. This league, everybody's gotten so good. Making it to top 16, even didn't make it to top 8 or didn't win it or whatever, but just top 16 is still amazing. Such incredible talent. So this was for a losers round 1 match. That was insane. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep that going, Zach.
Is there anything else? I think that we're good, actually. Thank you again, Zach, for going and doing this restream for us. Thank you, Violin, BDButt, for being 2 amazing players. sad that you're out, Violin, but congratulations to
It's all
BDButt
good.
for continuing. And Kale, I gotta
Yes.
give it to you.
Thank you,
You're like my
Rose.
main man for this. I think.
Aw.
I
It
think
was a
every
lot
time I
of fun.
commentate, I'm just gonna be like, no, I want Kale on my side. It's not like we're friends or anything.
All right.
So-
And thank you, Zach, for doing all the work behind the scenes.
Thank you, Zach.
Yes, thanks everyone.
We're going to turn it over to Armin Stream. He is restreaming Nintendo versus Mega Slim, which is on
Oh.
our winners side. And if I am correct, this will determine who makes it into winners finals. So both of these guys very far in the bracket. They are about 50 minutes in, and I see one proof.